Homemade whiskey fudge is a rich, creamy chocolate treat infused with a warm kick of smooth whiskey for a decadent boozy bite. Let's make some whiskey fudge. This is super easy, it's simple, it's only 5 ingredients, so let's just get going. To make this fudge, you're gonna need 2 cups of semi-sweet chocolate chips, a 14-ounce can of sweetened condensed milk, a tablespoon of Jack Daniel's whiskey or your favorite kind of whiskey, a teaspoon of vanilla extract, and 2 teaspoons of unsalted butter. As soon as you get your ingredients measured, we can actually make the fudge. All you need is a medium saucepan and something to stir it with. Place your medium saucepan over your burner and set the heat to a medium or medium-low setting. That's gonna help make sure you have a smooth fudge. Into our pot, we're gonna pour in our can of sweetened condensed milk, add in your chocolate chips, your vanilla, and your butter. Pretty quickly, your chocolate chips are going to start to melt and combine with that sweetened condensed milk. Now, by gradually heating it slowly and stirring it pretty continuously, it doesn't take that long, but it is going to give you an ultra smooth fudge, which is my preference. When I was a kid, I did not like fudge at all because I thought it was grainy. I didn't care for the texture. Now that I know how to make it myself and I can make it smooth, I love it. Once the chocolate has completely combined with your sweetened condensed milk and you have a nice creamy consistency, you can shut off the heat and add your Jack Daniel's. Once you do that, you're just going to continue to stir it until that is completely combined. Since we're not cooking the whiskey, it really is going to have a strong whiskey flavor, which I love for this dessert. We are going to pour our whiskey fudge into a 6x9 rectangular baking dish lined with parchment paper. I like this size baking dish for this quantity of our whiskey fudge because I like nice tall square pieces of fudge. You could use an 8x8, but they're just going to come out a little bit thinner. It comes together in less than 10 minutes, maybe 5 minutes. I'm sitting here moving my camera around a million times, so it's super quick. About 5 minutes. Continue to stir it until it is super smooth and silky, and then you can transfer it to your baking dish lined with parchment paper. You can get the recipe for this whiskey fudge in the link in the description below by visiting fancyaproncooking.com, or you can scan the QR code on your TV screen if that's where you're watching. So, your whiskey fudge is done. Cover it with plastic wrap, leave it out at room temperature for at least 3 hours or until it becomes firm enough for you to slice. When you're ready to cut into it and your fudge has completely firmed up, we're going to pull it out of its container onto a cutting board. I like to peel away the parchment completely off the back and then just set it back down on there so that it doesn't stick to my cutting board, but I'm able to move it around pretty easily. Now when I go to cut, I score where I think I want my lines first so that I have even pieces. Now this is homemade. It does not have to be perfect, but I do like to be a little bit controlled. I'm going to cut the end off of both sides so that I have a nice clean square edge when I go to finish slicing my fudge. So you're going to cut off these sections, and then I'm going to cut that in half and that in half again. So I have these nice square pieces of whiskey fudge. There you have it. Easy whiskey fudge. It's delicious, it's creamy, it's perfectly smooth because you maintained a nice steady low temperature while everything was melting and coming together. The good news is that since we cleaned up our ends, you get to cut off a little piece and give it a try right away before you even serve this to anybody else and dazzle them with your whiskey fudge. It's so smooth and you can taste the whiskey, but it's not too much. All right, I'm Alexis. Thank you for joining me in the Fancy Apron kitchen. I appreciate it so much. I'm here to share easy recipes for entertaining parties and holidays. So if you're tired, busy, a little bit stressed out, and you need easy recipes for entertaining, having people over, make sure you subscribe so that you can see what else we're doing together and I can help you out in the kitchen.